Today, I want to talk about how you make sure you stay in the zone. Now, when I say the zone, what I mean is picture all the times that you've lost weight before. Okay, picture all the times that you've tried. And when you start, you're very excited, you're very motivated. Maybe you even see a little bit of results, and that increases the motivation even more. And we feel like we're in the zone. We feel invincible. We think we got it this time. Nothing can throw us off. It's becoming such a good habit. Like, does this sound familiar? You're like, I tried before and I thought that was the time, right? And because we were in the zone. But something happened. Usually life threw you off and you were out of routine, or what you were trying didn't work, so you lost motivation because you didn't see the scale move. And then we are very quickly out of the zone. Now, here's the deal with the zone. The zone is a sliding scale of how much motivation do you have that day? Okay, the zone is not a permanent state. It is a decision to wake up today and put your journey first. Still, another day, another week, another month, another year, because it never ends, right? Like, you don't want to just reach your goal and say, okay, you know, I'm healthy, I can stop now. Well, you won't be healthy for much longer, will you? Right? It's like if you work out for 10 years in your 20s and then you stop in your 30s, you're going to lose it. We don't get to stop. And so I was talking to a lady today and she was telling me just that. She was saying she just cannot get in the zone lately. Like, she knows what to do, eat healthier, don't drink as much, stop indulging at night, move a little more. Like, we know what to do, but why are we not doing that? And so I heard this amazing quote. Like, this quote blew my mind, and I hope it blows your mind too. So this quote was, water boils at 100 degrees, not at 99. That extra degree makes all the difference. 1 degree sets it on a roaring boil. That 1 degree. And life is the same. Life is the same. Too many times do we dip our toe in to a weight loss journey. We don't fully commit for whatever reason, timing, motivation, results, discouragement, whatever. And we just keep putting in 1 to 99 degrees. Is this sounding familiar? To be honest. We keep putting in 1 to 99 degrees. And guess what? Nothing is going to happen. It is that last 1 degree that changes everything. And for some reason, we are trying to shortcut it. We are trying to find a side route around it. But the reality is, if you want your water to boil, it's got to make it to 100 degrees. You can't just stop at the 99. And this is a great simple symbol for partial effort is going to get you partial results, right? If you look back to all the times that you fell off a diet, that you didn't exercise like you said you would, that you beat yourself up negatively for overindulging. If we look back at all the times that we quote unquote failed, it was simply because you didn't go the 1 extra degree, did you? Did you? You thought you went all the way from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You went all the way to 99. I mean, amazing. Congratulations. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And you did it. But the problem is, the work's not done. The work is not done. It's the extra degrees that makes all the difference. It is the last push that counts the most, ladies. So when does this apply to real life? Well, it applies when you are exhausted, when your boss reamed you out at work, when you got into a fight with your husband, when your back is sore, but you said you were going to work out when you get home. It is following through on your word, that extra 1 degree, that makes all the difference. And the thing is, that 1 degree does not require extra effort. It doesn't require any extra huge effort. You've been putting in effort the whole time. It just requires continued effort, consistent effort. When things go wrong, that's when the effort stops. And so if you continue to do something, do anything, when we feel like the pot isn't boiling, the results aren't there, life isn't in our favor, when we feel like we've put in 99 degrees of effort and that last 1% is going to actually get you to your goal, I want you to remember that it's not as hard as you think. Pushing yourself to the full 100 degrees is not hard. You just can't stop. Because if you turn the heat off, it cools pretty damn quick, especially if it wasn't boiling, right? And so you got to start all the way from 1 degree again. Isn't that frustrating? Does this sound familiar to anybody else's journey? This is my journey. This was my journey until I realized that I cannot stop. I just can't stop. Now, I don't have to be perfect and I have to adjust my expectations based on the phase of life I'm in, but I cannot stop ever, ever again. And so me going forward, it has to look different than me from the past because me from the past got me to my present, which I'm not happy with and I want to change, right? So if you think that your life is going to look different, or you think your life is going to look the same when you reach your goal, you're going to be very surprised. In order for you to reach your goal, your life will not be the same because your life produced the body that you weren't happy with that made you start a program in the first place. And so this time around is going to be different for you because you now know you're just 1 degree away. One more decision, one extra thing, one extra rep. Do 11 squats instead of the 10 that you said you were going to do. Do 31 minutes on the treadmill instead of the 30 minutes you said you were going to do. Eat one extra piece of broccoli before you eat half a donut. It's just 1 degree, and it's not an insane amount of effort. Because if I were to ask you, I want you to think right now in your head, what are some, and you can write it in the chat, what are some words that you would use to describe somebody who is thriving in this world? What character traits does somebody who's thriving in this world need? What do you think? They need resilience. They need focus. They need thick skin, perhaps. Definitely discipline. They need confidence. Exactly. Exactly. We don't get to take a break from that, ladies. Yet we do, right? I can be so disciplined during the week, but then the weekends come. No, you are disciplined. You just need to change your definition of what discipline for you looks like on the weekend. Making sense? So you have no choice but to go all in. Because if you want to thrive, you need to develop those character traits. And to be a person with those character traits, guess how you develop those character traits, ladies? Guess. You go the extra 1 degree. You will never be courageous, disciplined, determined, brave, thick-skinned, focused. You will never be those things if you don't start practicing how to make it to the 1 degree. Get the pot to boil, finally. See some results, see some movement. So you have to go all in. And so what I want you to do now is I want you to think about in your entire life, right now, every aspect, there's 3 areas of life: health, wealth, and relationship. Health, wealth, and relationship. You know what our health is, right? Physically, we're healthy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Wealth, right? Am I overspending? Am I not paying attention? And then relationships, my marriage, my kids, my coworkers. Where in your life are you stuck at 99 degrees? Where you are close to giving up, or you're super frustrated and don't know what's going on, or don't know where to turn, or don't know what to do next. Where are you stopping at 99? Where if you just put the same effort and stopped throwing in the towel because it wasn't working, it is about to. It's like right there. It's literally 1 step away, right? It's like when you and your husband get into an argument. For me and Ryan, we have a saying in our house, and it's whoever says sorry first wins. So when we have an argument, literally we are racing to get to who can say sorry first. Why? Why does somebody who says sorry first win? Well, I know from my experience, when I have to muster up the courage to say sorry first, when I'm frustrated, when I'm in the heat of the moment, when I don't think that I'm wrong, I know that it requires so much power, so much control of my emotions, so much discipline, so much swallowing of my pride and ego to do that. And I want to be that person. I want to be the bigger person. I want to be a leader, not a follower. And unfortunately, if you want to be a leader of health in your life, you can't just be a leader there. You need to start being a leader in your relationships, all of them. Whatever that means to you and looks like to you. It's hanging up our follower hat. Stop expecting things from other people. It's all you. Because all you have to do, all that is between you and everything you've ever wanted is 1 degree. It seems so simple and silly, we can't even believe it. That's why we keep stopping at 99. And so one of the best ways to speed up your weight loss results and make sure that they actually stick this time is to go outside of your weight loss journey, apply the character traits that you are learning along this journey into your other areas, because then you are strengthening them. And when you come back to the weight loss journey, you now have these stronger characteristics to fight with, right? You need to be confident in your weight loss journey. I mean, if you don't have confidence, you're not going to try, you're not going to share, and you're not going to see progress. And you have to be confident in your wearage, right? You can't wear baggy clothes or flinch when your husband tries to grab your stomach, right? You can't be intimate just one time a month or whatever. And I know that's a touchy subject, but if we're going to embrace everything that this is, everything that being healthy means, because guys, if we really understood it, don't you think everybody would be walking around with six packs? If we really understood how to be healthy. And I'm telling you, the secret is just 1 degree away. But you can't just go for the 1 degree in your health. You have to start applying it in other areas. And it's just baby steps. I know that's crazy. I know you might not agree or you might not even want to deal with that. I get it. But what's the point of being healthy? What's the point of being your best self if you don't have anybody to enjoy it with? If you and your husband are just roommates, right? If you and your kids fight all the time. If you hate your job and your boss stresses you out. What's the point of being healthy if you can't enjoy it with anybody else? So it's time to take care of yourself. And at the same time, all these traits you're developing, shine them throughout your day. Shine them throughout your day. Smile to everybody. Smile to the cashier. Write somebody a nice note. What goes around comes around. And I don't know about you guys, but today went by really quick. And there's another day in the books. Just gone. Just gone. I'll never be this young again. And it's gone. What did I do today? Well, unfortunately, I can tell you that I wasn't very present. I rushed through my day. I got all my tasks done. I didn't stop and breathe and appreciate. And so it's a wake-up call. Stop to smell the roses, as they say. The roses are the 1 degree. It's very doable. So ladies, I would love to know your thoughts. Is there an area where you're at 99 and you are avoiding going the 100? Let's be honest. Is there? Is it a tough conversation? Is it something you just never wanted to tackle? Is it something you just realized today? Yeah, work, relationships, totally. You know, it's funny. I like to think of myself as fairly intelligent, as you ladies are. And sometimes I get really annoyed when people don't get things. You know what I mean? Like, common sense isn't so common, right? And I get really annoyed. I'm like, why aren't they getting this? But then I have to take a step back and realize, you know, I don't want the roles to be reversed. I don't want to be the follower. I don't want to be the person that it doesn't click. I don't want to be the person that doesn't have common sense. I don't want to be that person. And because I don't want to be that person, by default, I am the person that recognizes when nobody else has common sense. Who else is there? You know what I'm talking about? right? And so you're the leader and you can't hold yourself back in other areas if you're truly serious about this journey, right? It doesn't make sense. When a tree grows up and out. It grows everywhere. And a tree's roots, they go down, they go out. It's growing everywhere. And we treat weight loss like it's just growing up. But what about all the branches and the leaves and the roots? That has to be strong too, or your tree won't last. Um, you know, I've never gotten judgment from somebody who is doing better than me, if I'm being honest. You guys know what I'm talking about? I've never been put down, insulted, or judged by anybody who was number one, better than me. They were all in a place I didn't want to be. And number two, a place where I didn't want to switch lives with them. Does anybody have somebody like that in your life? Like they're maybe that negative Nelly and they get to you, they get under your skin, but to be honest, why? They're not special. You wouldn't want to trade lives with them, right? Yeah, Sylvia says at work. Yeah, fuck them. Sorry, ladies. Why do you care? It is ruining your life. Do you want to go to the end of your life not doing the things that you want to do simply because you're afraid of what somebody else is going to think? Somebody will always disagree, so you might as well just do what you want anyway. You cannot please everybody. You just can't. And to be honest, it took me a long time to get to that point. But it's just when you're sick of your own shit. You're sick of repeating the same patterns again and again. You're sick of being that weak person, you know? You're like, no, I know that I am capable of more. What am I afraid of? The best version of you is on the other side of fear. And the only thing to fear is fear itself, period. All anxieties and fears are imagined and not happening yet. And so we're worrying for nothing. The only thing to truly be afraid of is fear. And so, how is fear, which is the reason you haven't gotten that one extra degree? Fear of judgment, fear of failing, fear of the unknown, fear of what if I can't, right? It's pretty intense, but I promise, I promise that, that best version of you, that fantasy you have in your head, it's on the other side of fear. Yeah, Carlos says, sick of repeating. Totally. Totally. The universe will make you repeat something until you learn it. Sometimes it takes us a while to learn, but the good news is we're breaking it now. Crystal says, I'd rather pee my pants and keep going. That's funny. That's true. That's true. I used to be so nervous. I used to run cross country in high school, and I used to be so nervous before a race. While I was running, I would actually pee my pants. And I couldn't stop it. I was just so nervous when I was racing. But the reason I share that is because Crystal just said she'd peed her pants. But that's not my point. My point is I intentionally put myself and do things that I fear, right? I talk in front of you ladies like I'm comfortable, but I still get butterflies before I start. I still get butterflies before I do an intense workout or lift a heavy 1 rep max. I still get butterflies when I do things for the first time or the 10th time. Yeah, Karen, thanks for being honest. She says, relationship with my significant other can get stale. Yeah, totally. You know what the key is? Anticipation and excitement. Ryan and I have been together for over 10 years, but I did the math and we've spent more time together. We literally spend 24/7 together because we both own businesses, we work together, we drive together everywhere. We've spent more time together than somebody who's been married for 20 plus years. And I can tell you, one of the secrets to us being so successful is excitement. We are always doing new things. We are always going on new adventures. Happiness is not a state we reach. Happiness is anticipating our next adventure. And, Karen, you're not alone. I think that's probably one of the biggest relationship issues is it's just stale. You get comfortable after so long, right? But that's why you getting healthy is so important. Because when you're healthy, guess what? You can be more flirty, you can be more confident, you can wear clothes and walk into a room with your chest held high. They can feel your energy. Over time, they'll start matching your energy. Then you guys can go do fun things together. It's literally anticipation. The week before a vacation, you're like, oh God, I can't wait to get on the beach. Right? And the week usually goes by slow because you're just wanting to go so bad. But it kind of goes by fast too. Like you don't mind that it went by slow because you're just so excited. Right? Think of, the night before your wedding, the anticipation that you had, the nerves that you had, right? Nerves and anxiety and excitement, they're all from the same place in the brain. That's where life is worth living. And so if things are stale, it just means that you probably feel like you're stale. Like, what's cool about you? What's cool about you? If you can't list 10 things, I can list 10 things. I think I'm the coolest freaking person. And Ryan thinks he's the coolest person. I can list 10 things right now that prove to me that I'm the coolest person. Right? But if you can't, well, then why would your significant other want to engage with you on that fun, excitement, adventure level? Right? Yeah, cutest, coolest person, right? Yeah, Sylvia. So Sylvia says she's single. Yeah, and maybe you want to get in a relationship. You can take this and work on yourself and attract the right man, right? Because generally, our significant other, ladies, generally is just a mirror of ourselves, right? It's not this window we look through. It's a mirror of who we are. They kind of give us what we've been giving them unintentionally. Sure, they're a separate person, so they process things and they react different, but they're giving the same thing you're giving. They're just packaging it in a different way. So, if you're looking for somebody, you got to be the best version of you. You're not going to attract somebody. If you're not looking for somebody, you want good friends. You want good family. You don't want people who talk behind your back. You don't want people who sabotage your health. You want people who cheer you on when you win, right? Not who say, "Oh, you could have done better," or "Are you sure you want to do that?" Yeah, see, Darlene says I went to the Bahamas. Yeah, that's exciting. Right? And then you could do, snorkeling while you're there if you've never done it. Scuba diving if you've never done it. Ride a dirt bike if you've never done it. And you don't have to go to a vacation if you don't want. You can go bowling and it's boring. But just be silly, have fun, dress up, bake together, cook together, take pictures together, paint together. Like you have to understand that your weight loss journey is only lasts if you have somebody to share it with. And then I'm not talking about just marriage here, but I'm like, do you have a good support circle that you can you can talk about this journey with? Because it's a fun journey. Like tell me in the comments, are you guys learning stuff about yourself every day? You got to talk about it, right? Because it's exciting. That's an excitement. This is an exciting journey. Your spouse should want to hear about it. But if you've struggled for a while and you've failed a few times, they probably won't want to hear about it yet. So guess what? You got to take it that one extra degree and then they'll get on board. But until then, you're the leader. Alone, leading the way, and everybody will follow eventually. But it's how long can you last? How long can you continue to look for that 1% or that 1 degree? You vibrate. We all vibrate at a certain speed, right? Let's say I vibrate at a 500 and Ryan vibrates at 550, like whatever. We all vibrate and you attract what you vibrate. Same with money, ladies. Same with money and luck. Luck isn't this elusive thing. Luck is given to you when you meet the frequency of luck. And same with money, which is crazy and I know hard to wrap your head around sometimes. But if my money's up here, money is vibrating very quickly and you're down here vibrating slowly because we're full of crap food, we're not exercising, our mind is slow, we're just doing the 1 to 99 degrees. We're never going to meet that money or that luck or that person up here who's vibrating faster. Right? So just, I want you guys to realize that weight loss is really fun and exciting and share it with us. Like if you don't have anybody to share it with, you share it with us. That's why we're here. But you need to understand it is the last 1 degree that changes everything, everything. And until this point, we haven't found it yet. Or maybe we just started practicing it. And so every day, just tell yourself, what's the 1 degree? How can I get to 100 today? What's the 1 degree that makes the water boil today? Right? Again, 11 squats instead of 10. It's very simple, ladies, but it's going to prove to you over time that nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you because you don't live in that 1 to 99 anymore. That's where ordinary people live. Ew. Ew. We're not ordinary, are we? We don't want to be ordinary. We want to be extraordinary, exceptional, not mediocre. So you go after the 1%.